welcome back to Space Engineers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Quantum Tater, and with me, as always, is this foggy weather. Yay, fog. And still no waving. So, how about a stretch? Nope, that's a celebration. So that's fine. Celebrating's good too. We can always celebrate. So last time we built up this platform for our drone. We ran out of materials frequently. And we also am going to take, let's go sleep in our new loft. We're going to take a nap. And we also started the process of making our mule drone. Now, obviously, the drone didn't get finished because we were out of time. Or not out of time, I'm sorry. Well, out of resources, out of time. We did lots of things we ran out of. We just did that. So, in this one, we are going to finish the test drone. We also, at the iron mine, in addition to it being out of iron the entire time, built up a little landing spot for this guy as well. So last time we finished getting this thing kind of ready. We've got a camera for docking. That's for my personal stuff. An antenna, which we will call, we'll name it real quick. Test mule. Test mule antenna. Perfect. And then we set up, well, we didn't set up. We started out the process of getting all the things. So we have 4 timer blocks. We have 2 recorder blocks, an event controller, and we have 2 recorder blocks. I think I said that, and a flight controller. So what do we got? We have all the stuff. So we need to, let's go. We need you. So we just need to grab all that stuff. Hey, we got it all. Perfect. There's flight, and we're going to make sure this is turned off. We don't want that on right now. And we also don't want that on right now while we're at it. Recorder block for this one is called, I think that one's to home. This one's connected. This one is to base, and then this one is after flight, I believe. All right, so that is all of our stuff.
You sure about
that? So this
that?
is why this. So here's the first thing we need to do. Is we want to go into our informations, and we want to make sure that we show AI functions on. So that's step 1. The next thing that would be a good idea to do, we can do thrusters, atmospheric. You know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do test mule, mule, there we are. We're going to go to this connector, and we're going to do switch lock, and we're going to disconnect, just so it's disconnected for right this second, and then that way we can look at this stuff a little better. So first, Atmo. We're going to take all these, and we're going to call it thrust. We're going to group those together, and then we're going to hide these. We don't need them on the terminal right now. The next thing, so we got a 2 home recorder, we got an air flight move. So on both of the air recorders, we definitely need a couple of things. We need show path on HUD, and we need we got show path on HUD. AI behavior needs to be turned on, which we don't have any of that yet. On the info tab, we need to show all our AI functions. This needs to be checked. And then on the flight block, we also need to have precision mode. We want align to P gravity. We want minimum altitude. This is fine. I'm going to put this to 25 meters a second. That's going to be okay. Pitch, I don't want this greater than 5%. I don't want it getting all topsy-turvy and being a jackass. So we're going to put the pitch at that. And that's for the flight block. That needs to be set. This is going to be more precise, so it's not acting wonky. This is going to keep it from turning too far left or right. And everything else, this is going to be the maximum speed it can go. This is the minimum distance, so that's perfect. And then under record home, there's all that. So then the first step, we have our AI. We have a couple of timer blocks. So the first one is after launch. The after launch block, we want to be about 5 seconds. And what we're going to do with this thing is we're going to set up actions. In this, we are going to we're going to first have this set to toggle collision avoidance on, and then we want to take the mule connector and we want to turn it on and on. This is the after flight module. Okay, now we're gonna take off a bit. Oh, we didn't do a thing. We didn't do you know that sweet gyro action? We did not. we didn't build a gyro. So let's go ahead and slap that boy right here, guys. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I don't need this. Get up here, get this thing welded up. Okay, that was alarming. So, what I was going to do is we were going to take the test mule out, and we were just going to fly up kind of towards this base, and we need a couple of things. We've got 1 hour to do this. So, on our bar, I am going to, this is just for setting things up. So we want the 2 home block. So the first thing we want to be able to do is we want to set waypoint or add waypoint, and then I want to play on off. And then on the to mine one, I'm going to put this at 5. I want add waypoint, and I want play on off. Okay. And then we need event controller on, and we need move controller on. Okay. So first things first, we're up pretty high. We're going to set, first I'm going to go ahead and do remote control. Remote control, show on HUD. No, control. And then on this bar, I want to have camera view, check. I want to have switch lock, check. And I want to have groups, turn engines off. Toggle on off, that's fine. And then we can FF, oh, that's the wrong thing. And then one more thing. On this bar, we want to have also this system to turn all of our engines on off. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our first waypoint for going home. That's button 1. So we're gonna press 1. That's waypoint 1. We're gonna go button 2, check. Okay. Button 3. I'm gonna come down, and then I am going to see if I can lower this down. And the reason we want to turn this off, so we're going to hit 2, we're locked down, or we're going to unlock, I'm sorry, we're going to unlock, blast. We're going to unlock from that, we don't want to do that yet. And then we are going to turn our engines off so we drop as low as possible, and then we're going to record the last waypoint. Perfect. Now, turn our engines back on. And if we do K, so now if we come down to our recorder, to home, you will see that there are 4 waypoints. And we can test this. So we can go 9, fly up, boop, 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 boop. Go over here, fly a bit. Oh, let's not get too crazy with Cheese Whiz. We can turn on our flight recorder, and we can say, come in here to home. We want to make sure AI behavior is turned on. We're going to make sure the flight recorder, where you're a flight guy, AI behavior is on, avoidance off, because we don't want it right this second. We press play, and just like that, this thing should, on its own volition, navigate to the docking bay. So get over there. Doot 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 doot. Anyway, so we're doing pretty good so far. It's not about to careen into anything, which is beautiful. Coming down. Perfect, perfect. The precision mode doing what it's supposed to. Beautiful. Not too fast. Calm yourselves. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Worked perfectly. Now, let's go ahead and lock this down. So that is to get to here. So the next thing we need to do, take off. And we're going to fly all the way over here. And I feel like we want to take a wide berth around our stupid thing. So what I'm going to come over here. We're going to get to here, and I'm going to start recording to the to mine thing. So press 5. First waypoint. Check over here. Come over here. Come into here, come into here, come into here. And then we go down all the way. It's there. We turn off the engines. re-record the last waypoint, and then turn engines back on. And we can stop for a second. So that should actually, now we can go up, fly a bit away. We can come in, we can say our to mine thing is clearly got only 3 waypoints. So let's do this again. We're going to delete all waypoints. We're going to come over here. We're going to say, I don't like how close is that thing, so we're doing this kind of wonky. We're going to record 1 here, 1 a little bit lower over here. Going to record that. Going to go into third person, so I don't have to go back to the remote control. That's not really helping me this much right now. I'm going to do that right there. Come down here, get over there, kill the engines, press the record block, turn the engines back on. Beautiful. So now if we go to mine, our to mine one, or go mine, go home, I'm sorry, the to mine. Where's the, we go the to mine. You see that it's got 4 waypoints now, and of course we can test this the same we tested the other. Fly up here, turn on our flight move block, bada boom, bada bing, and then we say play the to mine, and we'll see how it works. And I will debark from the thing so that I'm not, so you know that I'm not assisting with our lovely little miner here. So this is, obviously this stuff is more precise, so it's not going to go careening in. I tried to line it up so that it wouldn't accidentally run into the power tower. Like I said, this is uncomfortable. I'm probably going to move this out to that direction when it all said and done. But beautiful, look at that, it worked just as we intended. So now, that is the recording blocks for that. So for the event controller, we're going to do this. The event controller is going to have 2 options. Basically, we want equal or greater to, we want to set this to about, we're going to set it low right now. We're going to say 15%. And I'll tell you why we're doing that, specifically because we're testing. I don't want to have, I want to do 25%. I don't want to have it like be 90%. There not be enough resources here to actually get it to take off. So select actions. On block 1, we're going to say play, go home. And on block 2, we're going to say play, go to mine. That's what's going to happen. Play, go to mine. So this should be play to home, play to mine. Perfect. Now we're going to get off here real quick. And if we really wanted to test it hardcore right this second, we can turn this guy on, we can press 2, and it should fly us to home and get us on the docking connector. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to have this do that. It is sweetly driving slow. Why are you going so slow? Okay, so the other things to do, 4 timer blocks. Why do we have 4? So the first one, after launch, we're going to go here, our timer block, timer. After launch, the actions for this guy are going to be specifically to turn collision on, which we have, and then turn on the docking connector. Perfect. So then the connect thing, what that's going to be, setup actions. We're going to set up the actions here, and that we want to have switch lock and turn off the thrusters. So we're going to go mule connector, we're going to say switch lock, and then we're going to say groups, thrusters need to be turned off, toggle off. Okay. That is how we're going to trigger that. Okay, so that is our connector block. Now, for our go home connection, what's going to be in the custom actions there, we're going to set up action. The first thing we're going to do is play. Basically, we're going to AI go home. We're going to say play this block. We're going to play the to go home or the to home recording block. We're going to set we are going to set off the after launch timer. We need it to, after launch, we're going to start this. We are going to turn the thrusters on. They need to be specifically on, not on off. It needs to be on. Then we are going to set unlock connector. We're going to do switch lock. And then turn off connector. Turn off connector. So turn toggle off. Turn toggle block off. So now that essentially is going to set up our system properly, and I think I may have messed it. So what we're going to do, let me make sure this is correct. I think on our event controller, I have this backwards. We're going to, on event controller, we are going to not play this. We're going to play the timer go home. So play timer go home. Oh, and if you'll, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I got attacked by a wild Roomba. It tried to end my life. Anyway, so what I was saying is, in the event controller, we want this, the actions to play the go home one, and then this needs to be the go to mine one. What needs to happen. So, start the go to mine one. So, in theory, now, everything should be set up because, oh, we've got to do the last timer. So, timer, go to mine. The actions for this also need to be essentially the same as the other one, except for we're going to play the go to mine set behavior. We're going to play that. We are going to play the after launch. We are going to make sure we set this to go start the after launch timer. We are going to turn the thrusters on. Thrusters need to be set to toggle on. And we are going to unlock the connector. Unlock the connector and turn it off. Okay. So play go to mine. Perfect. Now, in theory, if I've done this correctly, I should be able to turn on the event controller, leave the movement controller turned on, and then I'll have to probably go to the event controller, and I will have to. Sometimes with the event controller, the way they work, you have to toggle, like, so it says equal or greater to, so we're going to do less than instead of equal or greater to. And now that it's done that, we should hear a timer going off. Oh, and I think I also have to event controller. Oh, you dum-dum. I also need to add all the blocks to the blocks that it's monitoring. Otherwise, it can't do anything. Now they've got that, to toggle you on, toggle you off. Set you to less than. Set you to greater than. I can hear the timer ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Okay, so the timer's going. Now, so because... Oh! Oh my gosh, this is somewhat tragical, fellas. Okay, well, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful failure. Beautiful failure. Yeah. Flatmo. No, you've been disgrace to me, but... If I take this off and then I go thrust... Okay. Hold on, I gotta go correct all those damn timers. Timer after launch. Setup actions. Okay, perfect. Connect timer, setup actions. You know what the problem is? I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a couple of problems. So there's a couple of things that need to happen. There's a couple things that need to happen. So you've got thrusters on, so thrust, we're going to call you thrust group. What is this? Off, because this was for connect. Toggle go home. Thrust, I'm just making sure they're correct, because here's what's going to happen if I don't do this. I'm going to have to groups. Thruster on, check. Okay, so here's what we need to do. So dang. All right, so for the mine, to go to mine, we need to add an extra waypoint, basically. So we're going to come in here. We're going to go to mine. We're going to say erase all waypoints. Yes. And then I'm going to fly up. First one's here. And then we're going to make it a couple of different ones. And the reason I'm not just turning record on, I know this is dumb, but the reason I'm not returning record on is I don't really want to have one every 10 feet or so. So let's go this way. And it doesn't necessarily matter that every one of these is, it doesn't matter how many waypoints you use, right? It just matters that the waypoint getting home, though, worked really well. And I think it's because I'm not going to run into anything. But you know what? Just to be on the safe side, we can do waypoint home. I'm going to do to home. We're going to do to home. We're going to delete all these guys too. Just to be, because this is the safe side, right? You gotta be safe. And I think we're going to do a test run back and forth. So I know this thing's got a lot of weird speed capability I don't love. So we're going to come up above this thing here. We're going to record the first to home. And then we might do a second one on the way. Perfect. Our box mine mule is being a pain in the butt. Turn off. Record last. Perfect. Okay, so now if we want to, what we're going to do, we'll turn on flight move and we'll test. Let's go ahead and test the mine one. Let's see if I careen straight into that wall again. It's trying to. It is trying to careen straight into that wall a second time. 8, 6. This is why. There's something, I'm missing a step in my brain. I can't. So on the to home, the 0 waypoint needs to have what? What am I? I don't know. I don't know. But this seems to be working right this second. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm thinking. There's got to be something I'm missing. And I wish I knew exactly what it was, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. History. We lost audio for a second for some reason. Audio for some reason. Why do we think we lost audio? Excellent question, Chris. Why do we think we lost audio? I think I clicked off the thing, so if you'll excuse me for just 1 second. Oh yeah, I clicked off the thing, that's why. So then let's see. because I was trying to, I thought I made notes, guys. And my notes are that great, as it turns out. But so far, this is going really well, even with no audio. Although it's acting super wonky. It's getting there. Beautiful. Okay. Now, that seems to have done what we want it to do. I think on the waypoints I need to do something, and I just can't remember what exactly. I'll have to figure it out. All right, so let's go ahead and test the other one. Sure. So I should fly straight up. Okay. Perfect. It's doing as it's intended. Come on, don't blow this thing up. Let's not blow it up. All right, so this is phase 1 of getting this thing to behave right. Phase 2 is trying to figure out how to get it to pick up cargo. And that I don't think it knows how to do is honestly the problem. And I think we got all the AI behaviors correctly on. Let's turn on. AI behavior. Oh, it's not turned on. Good to know. Good to know. Something about waypoint 1. I need to set up a specific action. It's like I need to trigger. Oh. I need to trigger something. I just can't remember what. I cannot remember what. I'm thinking. The waypoints need to trigger something. Are we still moving? It's hard to tell with all this fog. We're not. We stopped moving. So, it's going to take me all the way back. Good grief, it is hard to... I think because I turned on AI behavior, that's my bad. So let's go ahead and bring this over here real quick. And then we'll turn on 8 and we'll try it again. Let's see if it's going to do what it's supposed to. That fog is brutal. Hopefully the AI thing doesn't decide to have bad vision, because that would be real bad. Ooh, and we don't have a lot of time left on our battery. This may be bad news for us. It's all over the map. So, but I think we're on the right track, guys. I think this is what we have all been, well, this is what I've been trying to figure out. 34 seconds ago with that unknown signal. We're doing pretty good. I'm not controlling it. I guess I could, oh, sorry. I could stand on it. Maybe it'll let me stand on it. Valiant steed. Away. This does take away my ability to save it if it decides to try to murder itself, but that's okay. What do we do? You know, what do you do? What do you do? You try things out. I was going to try to do this in creative mode. That was my initial plan. But then I realized, why? Like, you guys can just watch me cry and suffer, and that'll be fun. So, right now you can see the move block is the current thing that's being activated, and it is currently playing this set of instructions, which is, if you look at this, the to home block, and then the move block doesn't have a special name. So, and then we'll go ahead and set this to charge. I'll probably, when we set it down, we'll go ahead and charge it so that it stops being a pain in my butt and get some juice on board. And I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm missing. I know there's something I need to do with regards to the waypoints, and I just cannot my notes are incomplete. But what do we got? Come on, don't screw it up. You can do this. I have faith in you, Test Mule. You'll get a real name if you can land this. Oh, whoa, we're going real fast. You're brave, man. You're brave. Why are we moving so quick? Oh, God. I'm nervous. Nope, 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 don't back up. What are you do? What are you doing? Oh. I mean, that was ugly. But we landed. So, that does it. It makes the trip without crashing. It makes me incredibly nervous. Maybe this is too close to base. I don't really know. I'm trying to remember what it is that we need to do with those waypoints. I think I remember. So, if I remember correctly, on let me see. We're gonna try this out. So I think it's on to base. If we go to home, I believe on waypoint 1, we need to set up action, and we need to set this to collision avoidance turn on. No, that's not right. Turn this collision avoidance on. Okay. And then on the to mine, we also need to, I think I'm doing this wrong. On waypoint 1, we need to set the action to collision avoidance off. Yeah, off maybe. We need to set collision avoidance to be turned off. Okay. And then on the other one, we also need to go back and correct that one. On waypoint 0, so waypoint 1 or waypoint 0, however it's set up on yours, we need to make sure that this is set up as collision avoidance off. Why? Because when it goes to land, if collision avoidance on, it will have a full-on panic attack and struggle to land. So we want to make sure the collision avoidance is set to off. And if you go into your move block, your AI move, you can go ahead and turn that off now just to, I think it is off. No, it is off. So set that to off. So when this lands, so it can land. And then on the final waypoint, I think there's something else we got to do. I'm trying to remember. Use that brain power of yours. I think on the final waypoint, so when we get to home, we come here, and oh, nope, 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 nope. That's not what I wanted. Go home. So if we come here, on the final waypoint, what we want to do, why is this not what I want? To home. It's supposed to be to home. On the final waypoint, we want this to trigger, set up action. We want this to trigger the connection block. So connect. We want it to trigger, we want it to play this. Okay. And then on the other one, the same thing. We want to come down here to the final waypoint. We want to select action, and we want to trigger the final block to connect. We want it to play this. And then if I remember correctly, now we have these timers, right? And the timer on the after launch, what does the after launch do? When we set up the actions here, it plays collision avoidance, it turns it on, specifically turns on collision avoidance, and it turns on the docking connector. And if you look at the timer block for the go home and connect, remember we set this thing to turn off collision avoidance. I'm sorry, not turn off. We set this to play after launch, which turns it on. We set it to unlock the thing. This is supposed to be unlock. And then we set it to turn the connector off so that it's not doing anything wonky. But anyways, that is it for this one. We're going to continue testing next time. Yeah, we're going to continue testing next time and see if we can't figure out the rest of this fun little catastrophe together. And if any of that happens, you will see it here first. And if it doesn't, well, you'll still see it here first. So please like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you have any excellent ideas how to improve this. Obviously, we're going to need a better name for it once we test to make sure it works. So keep me posted on your ideas. Okay. Oh, and I will catch you later, taters. And let's see if we can wave. We can't. We can pull up my welder because I'm not on the right queue. Wave. All right. Still can't wave. Okay, bye.